Yeah. Okay.
Quick.
So, welcome to the Keeping It 100 with Money and Meka.
What's good? What's good?
Hey, y'all.
We got a very special guest today, our sister, Mrs. Shanti Dixon.
Hello. Thank you for having me. I appreciate y'all.
Of course.
So nice.
Anytime.
Of
My
course.
family.
So, today's topic is a very touchy one, and it is keeping faith during a storm. So, as we were just briefly discussing before we realized the cameras were rolling, it is a very touchy, sensitive topic. Um, that faith is something else.
Yeah.
Faith, and just to define faith, it is, well, I'm just gonna put it in my own words. I'm not gonna go by the exact terminology, but it's believing in what's not seen,
Right.
but believing and having that belief.
Knowing that it's going to come to
Yes.
fruition.
Is faith is not seeing it but still believing it, and whew,
That's hard.
yeah, especially during that storm.
Hmm.
That storm, you know, of course they say, the storm don't last always, which it don't. It don't. It's not gonna always rain, even though it seemed like it, and it seemed like time is in slow motion during that storm, but it's also a mental thing in a sense because we internalize it during that storm. Because when we look back, it's like, oh my gosh.
I mean, it can break you during the time during the storm, but if you stay down and if you're not patient, you gotta learn to be patient because it's not
definitely.
it won't happen overnight. You feel what I'm saying? Nothing gonna happen overnight.
You always say stay 10 toes down.
You gotta stay 10 toes down
And
in
sometimes-
anything you do.
It seems like sometimes your overnight could be more than 365 nights.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It don't mean that it's just going to be overnight or within a couple of months. It could be longer. But then sometimes I reflect on, like, in the Bible where it say that God chastises the ones he loves. So if you're going through storms, you know what I'm saying? God just trying to help you realize exactly like who you are, what your purpose is, or what you need to be doing. Because at the end of the day, he's in control. And I think that's a thing that some people have a hard time with, some people mean Shanti, because they say plan out your life, plan this out. But when you plan out your life and God has another plan, they kind of railroad you and make you feel a certain kind of way. So it's like, God, what you doing? Or why you can't tell me you was going to do X, Y, Z so I could have prepared for it?
That's right.
Prepare for the trials, the storms.
But in actuality, he do actually prepare us. It's just not in the way that we expect to be prepared.
Right. I can understand that.
You know what I mean?
Also, yeah.
Because we might be preparing ourselves. And just FYI, that is that camera for you.
Which one?
Straight across.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But I think that sometimes in our life, like even us as parents, we try to prepare our children for different things, even it's just paying bills or, a friend not being a friend or, the different lessons that we try to be on time to see a job or whatever, take pride, we try to prepare them. But when they get grown and they're out there.
Oh, they think they're grown?
Right. But it's a whole nother lesson that they need though.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We were preparing them for this, but come to find out, shoot, they needed to learn, I can't even think of it just right back.
That
but
come with different types of parents, man. Because some people might not understand. If like me, I went through a lot growing up in Shanti. Because you was right there with me in a lot of stuff. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
And it wasn't something that I wanted to do. I was acting out at a lot of stuff
because of lack thereof.
Right. You feel what I'm saying? And stuff I was going through, I just go do it. I didn't care.
Mm-hmm.
But as I was growing, and it took me a minute going through all these different relationships, I knew what I wanted, but I guess God was like, hold up, bro, I'm going to take you through this one more time. So you can get right for what you really want.
Because you
feel what I'm saying?
When relationship-wise, you couldn't come to me with the same stuff that you was doing before because it wasn't gonna last.
Right,
So
right.
he
Period.
had to, you know what I'm saying? He had to allow you to continue to go through certain things in that aspect. You know what I'm saying? So
But see, I stayed down. Even in them situations right there, I stayed down until
you learned your lessons.
you
and
feel me. Yeah.
you
So
took those lessons.
right, and
It,
now
it
I
wasn't in
took
vain.
I take that them situation what I was doing wrong. Man, no, can't do that. You feel what I'm saying?
All right.
Can't do that to get to where I am. I already been through that, so why I continue doing
Mm-hmm.
what I'm doing now? That's how I look at everything. You just stay 10 toes down, and God, like I always say, my mom always say, God, he won't put nothing on you that you can't handle. Some people probably couldn't handle what I went through as a child to make me where I am today. You feel what I'm saying?
All right.
I'm a firm believer on that.
Right. Everybody's struggle ain't the same. Ain't the next person's struggle.
I always, because anybody that know me know that I have been through a heck of a lot. I mean, well, being frank, a hell of a lot. I done been through hell and back. You know what I'm saying? Died on the table, all this damn, all kind of stuff.
Oh, me too.
Right. So you know what I'm saying? Being in that type of situations,
Right. The plural with the capital S.
Right.
you know, with a few capital S's, not just one. So it's like, I mean, and even like you said, God, punish his child, the ones that he loved the dearest, or not punish, but, have us go through that to show us how strong we really are. But I also think he does that, not to go up, because I know I had a train of thought I was going with, but not to, when we say that he does that, I think he's also using us, because I always said that, Lord, use me, and you got to be careful what you ask
definitely.
for, and I always said, Lord, use me, but I believe now that he was using me so that I can now reach and actually touch someone. I can touch someone. I got friends that, okay, bleeding on the brain. We are our blood sisters. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause we
Right.
both have bleeding on the brain. Other people that's going through things where they need an angiogram and all this type of stuff. I've been there.
So you can help them.
You know what I'm saying? So I can help them. Some of them that's talking about these abusive relationships. I touched on that. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't go dwell and be in that, but I can help because yeah, nigga tried me too. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't think that was gonna happen to me.
Yeah.
I thought it was maybe the weak type or maybe this type. And it was like, nigga, what? I thought you knew I was a little gangster. You know what I'm saying? Like, why would you try me?
Right.
But, I've been through that. You know what I'm saying? And more than one time. So, you know what I mean?
get it.
It's like, I think that he uses us to be that example and to continue to be the ones that, and I always said, my Bible, you know what I'm saying? Because the Bible that was written decades ago, years ago, that was just people's testimony.
Yeah.
Their story. That's all that was. So, and not to, no blasphemy, that type of stuff, but, because just like I got my book, God's Child, Are You Listening? And I looked at that as our modern day Bible. My story, your story.
What's
You
the
know
name
what I'm
of that book
saying?
again? You can get
God's
it on,
Child, Are
you
You
can get it on
Listening?
Amazon. Now. You can get it on Amazon.
And it is. It's different people testimonies, but just like they say, we overcome by our testimonies.
And that's true.
And on that note, that's why we wanted you here and with this topic as well, because we know as your brother and sister, we know you've been struggling as well. We know it's hard, and this right here is a stretch.
This is this
You know
a little overboard,
Right.
here.
This is a stretch, but you're not alone. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right.
And that's the same thing for anyone out there. You know what I'm saying? It's someone else that's going through that. But the least people that you would think that praying for you and you know what I'm saying are the ones that are. Because
Right.
I mean, I know when you really think about, okay, I know Trez will pray for me, but it's not the first on your mind. You know what I'm
True.
saying? So it's like you still have that. You know what I'm saying?
Feeling like sometimes like nobody's really supportive, but you don't know what people doing and behind closed doors type of
Yes,
thing. You know
yes.
what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, I understand it, and I appreciate the prayers. You know, I know it's sometimes when you go through storms, you get just to where you don't even pray. Sometimes, because you get so depressed or just in your vibe, like I just need to chill. And it says it in the Bible sometimes. Sometimes you don't know what to say, but the Lord hears our thoughts, you know what I mean? Or he knows what we feeling, and he can intercede on that through the Holy Spirit, you know what I mean? But I just try to keep a level ground, you know, try to be positive, you know, do self-care. Just try to figure something out when I'm in that bad place. With the four walls saying like they be my friend. Like, okay, no.
But you know, and that storm is multiple storms. It's not the storm don't have just
One
one
thing.
face. You know what I mean? It's a lot. You know, it's childhood trauma. Hell, it's adult trauma. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's grief, it's loss. You know, divorce, separation. You know, from a child to the parents.
And it's
You know,
it's not good to hold it in, but sometimes
shoot, loss of a
a
job.
person don't know how to express that. You feel what
Right,
I'm saying? Because I went through it as a child. You feel a lot of people don't know. My mama Janice, you know what I'm saying? That's my mama, but that's not who birthed me.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? A lot of people growing up, they ain't even know that.
And that's good.
Yeah, it's a lot of
I was looking like, what?
Yeah.
Why am I the last to know?
Right.
What
Yeah. And
it
you
just
knew
happened?
him. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But thinking about my trans, we never had that time to where you'd be like, you know what? You know, the lady I stayed with is not more. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, where would that have even come
Right.
in?
Because he didn't feel that way. That
Right,
was his mama.
exactly.
Right.
You
So
know,
we never
and she
we never
didn't-
needed to know.
Right. She didn't treat him any different. That was her son. So, or that is her son. So,
But
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of stuff. Sometimes, like I told you, I didn't want to. When my dad was, you know, doing his thing, and I used to be up at night listening to the conversation. And you know what I used to say?
Me too.
I used to be like, man, who the hell I'm gonna live with? I'm already to add it. Who the hell I'm gonna live with?
Right.
I'm going. My mama. I love my dad, but she accepting me with you. Let's see if she gonna accept me without you. And that's how I felt.
Right,
Though. I know my little sister always had my little sister.
She was
accept me.
straight, yeah.
She was straight.
yeah.
My mom, my real mom. I'm not bashing. I love her. Thanks for having me. But the truth is the truth.
Facts.
She
And she learning and growing. as
right,
well.
and we have a better relationship now because
Because God is good.
right,
I respect her in her truth.
yeah,
Just because, like we said, we all have a storm. Some of them storms we bring on ourselves. You know, a lot of them. Well, I'm not gonna say that, because even in my own situation, it was like, Lord, why? I'm tired of feeling like the victim.
Like, woe is
That's
me.
not me.
I'm not woe is me.
You know what I'm saying? It was like that's, so, but sorry, like,
Well, no,
But,
good.
you know,
that's how I feel.
yeah, but with Mama B, I feel like when, just like one of our last conversations, when she was like, even though she was like, okay, I don't know if I'm ready to really, talk about that, but she was discussing things with me from her past, and it was like, that's your testimony, because you're not living that lifestyle now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So you learn something. You actually can, just like I asked her, and we're gonna have to bring her on one time, because that addiction is a whole different thing.
yeah.
And
'Cause she'll talk about it now.
yeah,
she'll
but
talk about
a lot of people with addiction, or just different issues when the parents wasn't there, they have a problem with talking about it or admitting it, or wanting to sit back and listen to how you feel about it, how it made you feel, because
Now,
I don't want to hear that.
That'll be a big step.
You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
but really, when you put yourself in these situations, because sometimes, even in our relationship, I may say something, it's like you don't want to hear it, so you try to change the subject or anything.
Quick, fast, and
You know what I'm saying? So think about it when it's put on you, and it's like, you did this, you did that, you did this, you
Feel
did
like
that.
an attack.
Right, and it's like I don't want to hear that. I'm gone. You know what I mean? And
See,
sometimes
that would push my mama away after my grandma died. My grandma died when I was 16. When she died, she felt like she ain't had nobody else. I'm thinking that's how she felt, because I ain't meet her again until I was 19. But I'm just saying in my heart,
Right.
after that, that's who she know if something was going on. She can always go to her mama. After my grandma died, she ain't had that support from her family. You know what I'm saying? They'll say it, but mom was out there. They'll say it just to say it, but she knew what the real was. Just like now, they still don't really support her. I try to, you know what I'm saying, I try to do my best. But like she tell me, the only thing she want is some money and to pay her bills, and that's it.
Yeah. Like
And
you
a
said.
mother's love is something that I was told can't be replaced, you know, especially from the people who I know who had mothers die. My father died. And they're like, it's not the same. But it's like, you don't know what I had with my daddy.
Right.
You know, but a
Especially for
mother,
girls.
Mothers are nurturers.
I
So
don't know
But
now.
some,
If
like
my
you
dad,
said,
that's true, but
usually,
if my daddy die, I don't know, man. Cause bro, you ain't leave me in the situation I was in. How you gonna leave me on earth?
I'm
That's
big
how I
on
feel.
giving flowers
'Cause
while
that's
they
my
here.
daddy, man.
I'm big on giving flowers while they here. So I'm gonna say, Mama, I love you. You are
right.
the rock.
Right,
You are
right.
strong. You are beautiful. You created me. So you was one bad mother. Okay,
Shut
shut
your
your
mouth.
mouth.
I said,
Daddy, I love you too. Yeah, we bumped heads, like a lot of people did. You know what I'm saying? You see how that shift though? From the
Right.
mom to
hey,
the dad. Daddy, I'm so I mean, just keeping it 100 though.
authoritative one.
You know what I'm saying? But I appreciate because shoot, my daddy is I'm his seed. You know what I'm saying? So I get a lot of my drive and everything from him. So I love you, daddy. So
Daddy's girl. She trying to get some. How many brownie points she
I
deserved
know,
for that
right?
one? Because that what she doing. I was
So hey, when I call y'all and I need a little sunshine, look, I ain't gonna ask for it. Just do it. No, no.
right. Hey.
You crazy.
She
No.
know she gonna get it.
Shit, my parents gonna give it to her.
See, I love y'all too.
Benefits of being married, huh?
Right. No, I call Aunt Cheryl. Hey, Aunt Cheryl, I love you.
That's you on now.
Right. But I see your mama was doing big things too since we were just talking about mamas.
Oh yeah,
I
little
seen
mama.
that.
Look, I'm
Look,
taking her to Hilton Head tomorrow until the from Monday to Friday.
that's
You know,
awesome.
cause she, my mama too had a brain bleed in November. We thought she was out of here. They air flighted her from Emory Rockdale to Emory Atlanta, or Piedmont Atlanta. I'm sorry. Had a brain bleed. They thought she was finna die. Was telling us about her the wheel and getting everything prepared. I'm like, ma'am, excuse me.
We got faith.
We have faith. My mama is not gonna die. And you know what I actually did, y'all? I had wrote when we was down at Piedmont, they was gonna do like a aneurysm check to see if she had an aneurysm, because they didn't know what happened to her. She was just in pain to 50, And when they checked it, everything came out right. But it was like I had went downstairs in the chapel, and they had a little
Mm-hmm.
prayer book where you can write whatever the prayers are, and I wrote my prayer out, screenshotted it, and everything I prayed about came to fruition. So I was thankful, because I did have faith, because they had basically wrote my mama off, and it's like, no, she's alive, her heart beating, her blood pumping, fix it.
Yeah.
Or fix it, Jesus.
Now,
No, that right.
I'm gonna say, when I just like I said, that brain bleed, that is something that does touch me because that's something serious, man.
Oh yeah.
Because when I had bleed on the brain in 2016, 8 days after I gave birth to my daughter, my oldest daughter, and they didn't know why. They was like, okay, they was asking me what type of drugs I did. I'm like, only thing I ever did was smoke weed. I may drink a little alcohol here and there, but weed is all I ever did. They like, are you sure? And I'm like, yes, I'm sure. But they didn't know what it was. Of course, I said I know what it was. That was God. Because I had bleed on the brain and I stayed in the neurology ICU at Vanderbilt for a week. And all they can do was monitor me. And that right there, it did something to me,
don't do that.
because at that time with the bleeding on the brain, I did die before, but that wasn't the time I died. you know. But like I said, that bleed on the brain did something to me because everyone else, my grandmother, my nana, all of them, they had passed away. So for me to have bleed on the brain, it was like, oh my gosh. But that faith during the storm. I did not one time allow the thought of me not surviving even settle in my mind. Just like you didn't with your mom.
Yeah, and you have to be strong for that because they say that when you have bleeding on the brain is the bleeding of the brain, it causes like irritation because blood don't supposed to be on the brain.
Right.
They say when blood come out the vessels or the veins, it's irritating and it causes the pain. And like my mama pain level was on 50. They tell us 0 to 10. She was in there like on some other stuff. So I don't even see. You got to be a strong individual to handle that alone.
I don't know how she felt, but I know when they asked me on the scale of 1 to 10, I said I want to pull my brain. The same. I'm like I want to pull my brain out. I mean, I'm talking about to urinate. It hurted. It was like I couldn't. It was just my head. Just I literally just wanted to just say.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like one of them scary movies just pulled my out of my head. Like, oh my God, right?
You didn't tell them that, did you?
Yes, I did.
So did they put you in a little pad?
No, when they said that,
I'm just
when I said that, they did a lumbar puncture where they got the fluid from my spine. Well, first they did a CAT scan and all that. Nothing came back. They like, oh well, that's 90%. It's still a 10% chance of this, and that. And when they start talking about needle and spine, I'm like, nope, I'm good.
Hey.
No,
whatever. Right.
but I still had pain. I'm like, and my mom finally said, baby girl, you might need to go.
Let them do it.
Yeah. And I was like, okay. And I let him do it. Of course, had the ball up in the fetal position, all this. And as soon as he started pulling out fluid, he was like, well, I'm 3 for 3 today. You mean 3 for 3?
All right.
I was the third person he had that had bleeding on the brain that day. It was showing fluid in my spine, showed it was blood on my brain.
Wow.
And that's how we found out. Because if I wouldn't have did that one test, I wouldn't have known. But I was in the hospital for a week straight, and all they could do was monitor me. I had angiogram stuff going, all kind of stuff. Where they went up my groin to my brain, inject and dye, all this stuff.
The contrast.
Yes, and it was just so much. But I remember during that time, I had a hairstylist instructor, Miss Payne, Miss Claudia Payne in Clarksville, Tennessee. That's my girl. She the baddest instructor when it come to doing something. She go teach you.
Right.
But she had heart problems, and she had that same test done, and she had told us during class one time, sharing her story. And I remember when they told me I had to have that done, I thought about her, and it let me know. It reassured me of I can make it through this.
Right.
And so share your testimony. But when I had that done, what I'm saying, I still, not one time did I believe I'm not going to make it, home. And I actually kept saying, I'm going home because my oldest two are 2 weeks apart. So her birthday was on the 16th. I mean, on the 9th, and his was on the 26th. And I kept saying, it happened on the 16th. And I kept saying, I'm going to be home for my son's birthday.
Right.
I'm going to be home for my son's birthday.
And you made it, huh?
I damn sure did.
Right.
Yeah. That's part of that faith where, I didn't see it.
Right.
Because from what they was talking about, girl, you're lucky to be alive.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Because somebody else had just had it and they died. And I'm like, whew, thank God it wasn't me,
It was the same doctor performing
what?
the other brain,
with the other person?
yeah,
No.
that died.
No. I don't know as far as that doctor, the mother I don't know how theirs turned out.
You said 3 for 3. I was like, bro,
what you doing?
What's going on?
I'm like,
What's
you
going
something
on?
wrong.
Yeah, for
right.
real.
And especially all they study doing is monitoring me and doing other tests. And I'm like, and my whole thing was, why you keep asking me about drugs? Does drugs make your brain bleed? Because if they do, y'all need to put that shit up out there.
Okay.
Because I don't think people know that certain drugs may make your brain bleed.
Right.
Because they kept asking me, what drugs? I'm like, none. I
just
don't.
trying to interrogate you in case something happened. They could just blame it on the drug. That's all that.
Nah, that could have been it.
That
too.
could have
That
been.
That's all
could
it be.
Because
we don't always read the prescription labels
Right.
that have. It's too much in those pamphlets. But we might need to just
Yeah.
so we can
And
see. That's why, yeah.
I know I did. I do try to read the side
The first
effects and all that type of stuff.
The first sentence.
Yeah. Well, I
I
try.
don't take them. I don't take them prescriptions. You know, tell them on Tylenol. I try not to. I just try to go to sleep.
I take them if I really need something.
Yeah. If I really, 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 then okay.
If it can't
I
be
got
a
my
natural
own.
remedy.
I got my own medicine that I take, and it's been working for years. I mean, for real.
Well, it's actually legal in a few states now.
Right.
I mean, I ain't gonna lie.
Georgia gonna come
Roll up.
one day.
Yeah, I don't know about.
I ain't got time to wait on them.
Oh no, people ain't waiting.
But see, and with that, I mean, because even talking about going into the drug side of it and using the drugs, you know what I mean. I know during my storms, you know, I did, like I said, I would use recreational marijuana. I'm used the technical term, you know, instead of, and I smoked weed, y'all, you know.
I partake in a little flowers here and there.
You know what I mean? But, you know, I did do that, and I did drink alcohol to help myself go to sleep. It was, you know, what my doctor told me I was self-medicating. Because I just had so much stuff that was just going through my mind. And really, like I said, when you go through, depending on the type of person that you are, because you have, of course, different type of people. But the type that I am, I always feel like I'm not a victim. I'm stronger than this situation. And during every struggle, I'm always telling myself, I'm right here. I'm right here. Something is so great. That's why it's so hard on me, because I'm right here, and it's like, okay, I just got to keep pushing. I got to keep pushing, and I can actually say, looking back at some of my struggles, I can actually say that I was right there. I was. Every single time I was right there. I was at the brink of another breakthrough. I'm trying not to go too much into all my own personal.
Well, you are, and we do have a guest that, I'm just
you know what I'm saying?
keeping it 100.
You see, for those that don't see me, I'm giving him the finger. Later
on.
Is that her hint to you?
I can't.
You know when we leave here, right?
Right.
Right.
But not going into my own personal stuff or whatever, but I can say that, when you're going through the struggle and going through that storm, like we were saying, it does seem like there's no end to it. It does seem like, there's no way out. It's confusing. How do I get through this? It's like during the struggle, you have more questions than answers, but in my opinion, I'm just going to say, continue to keep the faith, you know what I'm saying? And for those that don't necessarily believe in faith, continue to believe that, you know what I'm saying, and project and put into the atmosphere these great things. Don't dwell on those negative things, because it's only going to continue to bring you down. Right. It's only going to continue to put you in depressive states. So during the struggle, think about all the good. Think about what's going to come afterwards, and let that be your motivation.
That's true.
But don't ever, during the struggle, don't ever I forget the word. Right. Don't sit there and believe it. Don't believe that that's it. Don't believe, you know what I'm saying? It's a natural feeling and emotion to feel that, but let that shit pass. Yeah. Don't dwell on that. Right. You know what I mean? That's when it becomes a whole different problem.
And that's the whole thing about believing in things you don't see. And then a lot of times we done been through similar to what we've already gone through. It seems like it just gets a little amped. Or if people don't know what amped is, it just seems like it intensifies. Right. Mm-hmm. Because with me, I mean, I was just telling somebody, it seemed like with my life, as far as me being a baker and all excited, like y'all see my post, I'm so excited. I'm a baker in Vinings. I'm right down the street from Steve Harvey house, and everything done changed. I got overworked. Now my arms, I had to have surgery on my arms, my wrists. And then my bakery just went, it closed because it couldn't survive through COVID while I was out. The decorator has the bakery, so it's like, hold on, my whole life has changed. Not only was I a new nurse out of nowhere with no training, just off regular being of myself, then not having a job and not having to have surgery and take care of a person with a brain bleed with one arm, you know, like I just went through a lot. And my apartment caught on fire on Christmas. So it's just like, I don't be trying to seem like it's a was me, but at my time of life from November, my things have just been constantly back to back to back. My first love died, the fire. So I got 4 traumas within a 2-month span. And people think I'm supposed to just be like, everything's good. I'm so wonderful. Thank you, Lord. Like,
I'm still here.
All right. But I mean,
they shouldn't do that. But knowing a lot of people, like our relationship, brother and sister, we've been knowing each other since I first came out there.
Yeah, elementary.
That way, you know what I'm saying? So when I don't see you post on the regular, or Miss Connie's USA, or she don't post something funny, you gotta understand that one is Shante in her shell.
Yeah.
She gonna keep you last. She been like that her whole life. Even we was in class getting in trouble and then reached
Getting
that.
in trouble.
She gonna say something funny. And you gonna be like, man, I don't care. Understand something funny? So what? Let's laugh. But that's why I reached out the other day and was just like, I ain't seen my sister. Well, she cussed me out 2 weeks ago. And I heard of him, got out the phone with her. She called me. Why I gotta be the last person to know about your graduation? I was at the graduation since I called you back. And I ain't called back. So when I called back, I just told him, man, come on, just let it out, man.
Because he know, your husband know. I'm a kind of territorial friend. Like, I'm not no jealous type person, but, you know, I've seen him since elementary school. And he's graduating from all the HVAC and CNA and it seems like he just doing everything.
Yeah.
And it's like, you know what? I remember when he was in the streets, he's trying to get his education. He know that he has to have a plan for his family. I got a lot of kids, grandkids gonna follow through. No, ain't no telling. So no, I'm just saying they do come, whether they in the next 10 or 20 years. Y'all have to prepare for your empire, you know. So it's like I see what he doing. But then to go and see that stuff on Facebook, it's like,
I ain't get no invite.
I don't remember seeing no event or no text or nothing, you know. So
see, I didn't do it. I graduated when I did HVAC. I went to the graduation, automotive and business administration. Didn't do it. I just
Yeah, he didn't go.
so
Well, that was because COVID though.
yeah,
Kind of
right.
Yeah.
And I ain't want to let somebody ride around in the car, bro. I'm not a child. I'm not finna ride.
oh, that would have been nice to have a little drive by for you.
No.
Everybody got their insurance. Look, he know he would have had all the car club people and everybody in Atlanta who know who you was.
They probably would have came, but
That's not you.
that's not me.
I know it's not.
Not me.
Yeah. We lucky we got you to the graduation.
Yeah, you lucky I walked across the stage then, because I was at the last minute like, bro, I'm not finna do all this.
Like I got my papers already.
That's all I know. That's all I know.
Right. And
the
then
knowledge.
but you know what? I did. I wanted to walk this time because I dropped out of school the first day of the 12th grade. You feel what I'm saying? So now I got my high school diploma.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? On top, that's why I kept going back as much. I said I got to finish with my high school diploma. I don't care about no HVAC. All that means something to everybody else, but I told myself
You was the
I wanted to go back and get my high school diploma. And that was my main reason for continue going to school. To show my children and how can I be going to school and getting on my recreation football team.
I think about that.
So I be like, I'm gonna go back to school and show them, it's a whole nother way. But don't drop out. Do it now, but it's always there for you.
All right.
Yeah, get it out the way while you can, if
Right.
it's possible. Just like you say, why put off for tomorrow what you can do today?
Well, I had some other thing going on.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did. Too much.
I mean, I ain't gonna say it too much, but I had a lot going on at the time.
Too much for that age.
And I also say that you got people watching you, because
Right.
people know money was off the chain back in the day. So it's like, with you making the whole 360, and let's start off with you being married. That alone is like,
Right.
school, y'all.
Right.
So he married and now he going to school. It's like, okay, so they say behind every strong man is a good woman, a strong woman, you know.
Right.
So I can see the impact that you have upon his life, and that's good. And I'm looking like, okay, I need to finish the stuff that I done started because I've been a starter stopper, or that's what I call myself. But you know, sometimes things happen. But I can't say that I am
It was hard,
good.
but
I'm proud of you.
I appreciate it, but I ain't gonna lie, it was hard. Like with that high school stuff, I ain't gonna lie, man. My daughter, Tasia,
Helped him with a lot.
she helped me with a whole lot of that stuff.
So she better get straight A's.
Right. my daughter, Kyra, she helped me with a lot of all that medical assistance. And Tasia did too because she wanted to be a brain surgeon.
Yeah.
So she would take and helping
Because
me.
of my
She don't want nobody to go through what you went through.
Right.
So that's bad when your mama is sick and there's nothing you can
But
do.
it was
We the
8
ones
days
that
after
be
she was born.
yeah.
She was a baby, but that's why she wanted to be a brain surgeon.
Right.
So like I say, my support from home and the people on the outside of my family, I appreciate it because boy, it was plenty of time, man. I'm not finna do all this, man.
Yeah, I do know that for sure. Yeah.
For real, even my mom,
But I can't say, to me, I feel like at times it was more talk because I think at certain times during it, you started feeling a little bit of pride with it as well. And you like, nah, I'm going to school. I got perfect attendance and
Yeah,
I'm
once
on
I-
the road. So it's
See,
like,
like,
yeah,
once
it's like,
I
even though at times it got hard, but at the same time, because you would say that, but then because you'd be like, babe, help me help me do this. And it's like, okay, I'm doing something else. Man, forget it. I ain't finna do none of this and that. Okay. And then 20, 30 minutes later, it's like, I see you over there going and trying it
Trying to
yourself,
figure it
you know?
out. Yeah.
And it's like, okay.
But I ain't want to overthink because, you know, I don't like needles. So me going to medical, I was already like, man, you crazy. I'm not, but with my teacher, Miss Clooney, shout out to Miss Clooney and all the staff at UEI and my sister Shay, when she came in, she told me, just look away, man. And she treated me like a little baby. Look away. We were talking about everything.
You caught that,
We
right?
were talking
Like a
about
little
everything you got to. And dealing with needles, I don't know what the hell them folks were trying to shoot at me.
Yeah, you
But
just
I
better
did
watch
it.
'em.
But now, it's like I can do it. And with my parents getting old, I think that's why I really did it, watching my mom take care of, you know, my granddad who just passed. So that's why I really jumped in the medical field.
So you could be that person and be like, you know, I'm having these issues. What's going on? Look, you always got to have that one person
Right.
in the family, at least that knows some medical terminology when things get rough, when they calling out the family to come in. Somebody
What they
got to be
saying?
able to tell us what's
Right.
going on outside
In
of what the
layman's
doctor say.
terms.
Yeah.
Yeah, I believe that. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's a lot of terms.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I was like, what? Why? Why? That little word was this long, meant this little bit of stuff. I was
Right.
like, bro, y'all tripping.
Got to break down in the syllables and the
Right.
ologies and the itises.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes. And that's
I
what I was
mean-
helping them with too. I'm like, okay, think about it like this.
Yeah, it was hard, but it's over with now.
You got that. That storm is over.
Now you have to use it. You
Right.
don't lose it.
No, I'm about to go back to school.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm about to
Yeah,
go.
he like
I'm about to
it
go
now,
back. I'm about to
girl.
go to
He
school
like it
for
now.
business management. Yeah, I'm trying to enroll in Georgia State after during the fall. Since we got all these business, then I wanted to call, you know.
Yeah,
I
y'all
can-
can do everything in house
Right.
versus having all these different people in the pot.
Right, really just us.
Mm-hmm.
But I can be able to help my wife.
Yeah,
more.
because I did my business management, my bachelor's. So it's just it's almost like, okay, it's all on me in a sense. So with him doing it, he'll actually know it, you know, and learn it. And of course things change because I did that like over 10 years ago.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like you had to wait 10 years. So
But you know, I've been running my own businesses all my life, man.
yes, you have.
You know, that kind of stuff plays a key on
Yes.
the
Yes.
legit side. You feel what I'm
Right,
saying?
right.
So I just
Yeah.
took that and ran with it. And
It just,
I like
it's
it,
just
man.
you just can't approach everything the same way.
I mean, no, but yeah,
Only you.
Right.
for real.
I was telling him earlier talking about you be getting us in trouble because he gonna talk shit and it don't matter. Like, you be getting us in trouble.
What did I do? in my business class. What was my what I had to write
On the
paper
cookies.
on a
His
business,
dream job,
my
or
dream
whatever,
job.
with another corporation and stuff, and he put that he wanted to work for the cookies company. So cookies company, even though this man right here is an entrepreneur and does a whole lot of things, believe me, he wants to work with you. I didn't say for you. He wants to
No,
work with
yeah,
you.
we need to be in a partnership
Right,
there.
right.
He wants to work with you,
But I really, that was something I wanted to do.
and he know his shit.
I really took the time out and did my research. Is one store that's out Melrose in California. That store makes over $600,000 a day. I think
$600,000.
Yeah.
Selling what? Cookies?
no, not
The cookies is the,
The dispensary.
marijuana.
Oh,
right.
okay.
And I really did this as a college paper.
Yeah,
And guess
yeah,
what? They
yeah.
used my paper to show
As an
everybody
example.
else as an
Because
example.
he did his real
I
research.
really did, man. 600. Come on, now.
That's a lot of money.
That just wrong.
Right.
Yeah.
That's
It's like I'm in the
manageable.
wrong damn industry.
I mean, like I say again, it's about to be, it's legit in a lot of places.
Yeah.
I've been thinking about relocating, especially with this bakery stuff. I want to learn some stuff so I can boom, because my pretty sweets.
Yeah, she was gonna bring some cupcakes, but I called at the last minute.
Man, I couldn't do it. I was tired as I don't know what.
So
Them cupcakes disappeared.
See, okay, so when we talking about this faith during the storm, we know that keeping the faith is hard during the storm. Keeping the faith even not during the storm is hard.
Yeah.
Because you got atheists and a
can't
whole
see
lot
it.
that goes against it anyway. And so it throws stuff in your mind like, okay, but I can say one thing. When you have an experience, oh, you gonna know. You gonna have faith then. When you know that you know, like, oh no, that was God.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, yes, he just showed his behind. That was God. That was him.
Oh, yeah.
Then that faith is a little bit different. You know what I mean? And you look at it a little bit different. But thinking about, with your own personal through the storms and like we said, it's hard to keep the faith. Have you found yourself where you actually lost faith? Because I know as Christians, a lot of times they don't want to say that.
They don't want to
They don't want to
we
be
don't.
we
Because I'm a
keep the faith
Christian.
all the
I'm
time.
a Christian, and I can honestly say that I have went through that feeling, because when things get so hard, it's just like, you don't want to be the why me or why is this happening type of person. But it hurts. But then when I go through things where God really shows me himself, I have like a reassurance that I need to go ahead and just trust in him, even though I can't see it. Because prime example, I remember during the pandemic, money, no. I love the beach. Everybody kind of know I'm a beach baby. I used to live in Florida. I didn't have the best time there. So I had to come back to Georgia, but I want to be back in Florida. I love the beach. So during the pandemic, when we was just sitting around looking at the walls and couldn't do anything, and I wasn't essential enough to be out in the streets per se, I decided to go to a hotel so I can go swimming. Just so I can at least have 2 days of swimming. That's all I needed. Just need to be around
Some water.
Some kind of water. And I took a little handy dip with me, and unfortunately the person didn't know how to swim. So we're in the 4 feet. He decides to try this little stuff playing around the pool. And out of nowhere, I see hands welling, and he's like, Ashanti! I'm like, okay. I'm like, my braid be down my back. I'm wrapping my braids.
Right.
So, and he's like, Ashanti! And I'm like, this dude is drowning, y'all. I'm like, oh my
I
God.
don't mean to laugh.
I know, it was... Girl, I was stuck. It was the most craziest thing. Mind you, we in the indoor-outdoor pool in Marietta. Only people around is a couple making out in the indoor pool. It's me and him in this pool. He's drowning. I'm trying to do my hair. And then it's like 4 people over across the fence. So nobody knows what's going on but me and this man.
Right.
So I go over there thinking like on the Lifetime movie, I can just go and grab grab him and float him back to the surface. And he snatched, like, as soon as I reached for him, y'all, and I can swim. As soon as I reached for that man pulled me under. He like 6'6". I'm 5'10". He's like 6'2".
He was
Slim.
drowning in fourth.
No.
drifted
I said we was in the fort, but he ended up going to the deep. I didn't know where he was in because we had just got out there. It was dark. I didn't know what the pool numbers were. Like, I ain't know no footage, nothing. it was fucked up. So, you know what I'm saying? It was bad. So he's over there drowning. I go to reach for him. When I reach for him, he pulls me under. So I'm like, I'm up under there. And I'm like, okay, hold up. So I'm trying to figure out how am I going to get up because he's like going crazy above me. Come to find out, we in 8 feet. I'm in 8 feet of water with a big old tall dude over me, and I'm just trying to swim. So I'm like,
keep pushing.
Keep swimming. That's all I hear. keep swimming. So I'm just pushing and pushing. And y'all, after a while, I'm like, and in my spirit, y'all, I heard, I said to myself, I know
I'm not about to die.
I'm not finna die like this. Like at this hotel in the 8 feet, really like I'd rather die driving fast on the expressway or something.
Right.
Something crazy. Doing something I love. Like not like that. No.
Yeah.
So right when I thought I was
like, damn, I'm damn near 6. Like I could jump a lot.
Right. So I'm like, okay, right when I thought that I was about, like I opened my eyes and all I seen was blue. And I said, I know I ain't finna die like this. I just got this came out of nowhere. And all I heard money was, and I threw this nigga to the 4 feet.
Right.
And I'm in the 8. I was not standing up on no surface.
Hercules.
No, I was like, thank you, God.
Right.
And
he gave you the strength that you needed.
But in my spirit, I knew I wasn't finna die, but I didn't know how I was gonna get out of that situation. You know what I'm saying? And God saved me. Like I threw this dude, and I have a bad back.
Right.
And I do not have the power to throw no grown man nowhere. Not no more. Like maybe when we was in 4 feet doing the dunk type of stuff, we used to do it like on your pool.
Right.
But I ain't with that no more.
Yeah.
I got big old children.
Yeah.
So I was thankful, within that. And that's
how
always.
You your name? Sit tell me again.
What you say?
How you said your name?
Stupid still. Oh my gosh.
I can't with this guy.
It's silly. This is what we used to do in school. Could you picture this? Oh my gosh. Like I ain't never heard my name like that before.
My God.
But nah, so it's time like that one story let me know that God is good, like, and that He's with me. Even though I go through different trials within my life, I do have the ability to know that He is real. Some people don't know He real. Some people I can tell that story to, and they'll be focusing on. So you think God really said let you say get the fuck off of me? Like,
right.
I heard it.
Right.
I was screaming it. I just couldn't say it. You get what I'm saying? But I didn't know that was going to happen. But He saved me within the cuss words coming out at the same time.
I swear,
He not petty
your
like
stuff
that.
go right on with mine. Because when you say you heard His voice in that situation, when I was stabbed and almost killed and choked and all that, I heard God's voice tell me, play dead. Give him what he want. Play dead. And my black... You know what I'm saying?
Right. That again, that was a drunk fall you just did.
well, that's I had this in the way, so I ain't gonna lie. I threw my hands up. I'm like, I gotta be dramatic with this shit.
Right. Like on the
he choking me. For real, I'm like, he choking me, talking about die, bitch, die. What the hell? What I do to you?
Which is my command, huh?
You know what I'm saying? God said, give him what he want. He wants you
just
dead.
Up and said, I'm gone.
He's still
maybe that would help because his ass still was choking me.
And say I'm gone.
For real. Nah, yeah, I definitely feel that, when I believe in actually hearing His voice. And people always say, well, what it sound like? Only thing I can say is when you hear it, you gonna know it.
Sometimes I've heard people ask that too, and my feeling is when I feel that I hear His voice, it's not like a man voice or something. it's like
what
a
you
thought
need.
that I never, like something that I would have never thought of saying, or nothing that never has come into any kind of thought process, and it's right. Like, it's like, okay. Or it's that feeling like that something, you have an easy feeling about something that you would usually have a nervous, anxious, anxiety type of nervousness feeling. It's kind of peaceful when he does it.
Yeah,
Depend upon what's going on.
yeah. I believe that. I believe that. It's like, cause like I said, I mean, I've had instances, and with every single one, if it wasn't me, just not allowing myself to have those negative thoughts, not allowing those to, fester in my mind. If it wasn't that, then it was me actually hearing him or being guided by him. It's like, things, even if it's not him actually saying nothing and me hearing, this manly voice or this female voice or my own voice or whatever, people, because he's going to give it to you however you need it.
And through whoever
You
he
know what I
needs
mean?
to. Also.
I've had complete strangers walk up to me and say, da 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 da, and it's like, where'd that come from? And they keep on going. And other people be looking like, oh, that's just them drugs. But I'm like, no, they just said this to me.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
And it's right on the money.
Right. And it's like, so he'll use, he'll use
If he'll
other
use
people.
a donkey, he'll use
Okay.
everybody.
Exactly.
Like a real donkey.
Right. So, I mean, I'm just, I don't know. I'm big on that faith. I always, just a little bit of faith, it gets you a long way, and I'm big on the whole thing of everyone don't have faith, everyone don't believe in God. As long, whatever you call them, just call them. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't care if it's Allah, the universe, Jesus,
Hey,
whatever it is. You know what I mean?
Different. Mm-hmm.
It just, that's what it is. You know what I mean? And that is faith.
Have your own relationship with him, man. You don't have to go to church every day and
You don't have to get on bended knees.
some people do that for sure. Not saying is no people really just into it like that, but a lot of them people do that for sure. You feel what I'm saying?
The thing is, we are the church.
Right.
The church is not the building. The people within the church come together and make the church.
That's
when you go out, when you go somewhere, you witnessing the people who come to you and see you and speak to you.
Right.
That's how I feel. Like, I love my church. I go to it. I don't go every Sunday. You know what I'm saying? But if I have this person that God want me to talk to that's at the grocery store because I'm trying to cook us a Sunday breakfast and not go to church, but then I'm witnessing to somebody while I'm there, that's what I'm supposed to be doing for that Sunday morning.
Right.
I didn't have to be in church to hear, what God maybe said because he knew I wasn't going to go. But then sometimes, with social media, you can see different things. So if I miss church, I mean, I can go watch it online, but I ain't going to lie, the spirit within the church is being in the church, the presence of the Lord and hearing what thus say the Lord from the man of God that you were sent to, Yeah. I mean, but everybody don't believe what I believe.
Right.
But
I mean, but when you go through some stuff, you gonna start believing in something.
Right.
Either you gonna believe in karma. You gonna believe, okay? I always say Mother Nature, karma. I don't mess with them two. Them two I do not mess with. Them some bads. Okay, shut your mouth. All right. But yeah, that faith. Oh my gosh, yeah. I'm glad we didn't get the tears didn't come this time.
Oh.
Because that faith and the struggles, man, that's something, because just to speak to the ones that's going through the storm right now, no matter if it's with your relationship, with your family, if it's, even childhood, dealing with stuff, being bullied, even being bullied at work,
Right.
Just even if you got laid off, the lack of funds, all of those are, even if it's your own inner demons that you're dealing with, we all have struggles, but it's all about what you do to bring yourself through that, because like I said, we all go through it. That's part of life. That's part of being human. But when you are a man or woman of God or of faith, that when during the struggle is when you have to keep the faith.
Mm-hmm.
That is when faith really kicks in. That is when God is really testing you and testing your faith to see, are you gonna still say it was me, or are you gonna take this and say it was you? Are you gonna sit there and come out to show the goodness, you know, of believing in me?
Right.
Because I could say every time it wasn't me. That was God that brought me through all that stuff. That was, in my faith in him because I had it as a child,
Right.
so, and I've had different things that happened to me because I said, Lord, use me. So I know that there's things, I've been sexually assaulted. I've been in a domestic violence situation more than once. I've been, where my life was threatened. You know, I've been in these situations. I've grew up in the bad neighborhoods where people around me are dying. I've been through that, but
Right.
I had to keep the faith. Just like you had to keep the faith as well, going through your different struggles. Your struggles, like he said in the beginning, your struggles will kill me. Just like my struggles will kill you.
Right.
Your struggles were meant for you,
True.
so that you can grow, and that again, his light can shine through you, because everyone that know you believe in him.
Right. And I think another thing, I feel like we have certain people designated for us. You know, thinking about how money is. Money has never been a preppy nothing. He has never been prepped out. He's always been like the street dude. He's been into music, sports. Like he's always been like that. But if he was the preppy type, like the little nerdy type kids, even though there's nothing wrong with
Right?
those
It's
children,
nothing wrong with that.
they might not appeal to him because of how he is. Or people are going to judge him, or parents are going to judge him because of what he looks like.
Tattoos.
But it's going to be other kids that's going to look up to him to say, that's how I want to be. Oh, he was in the streets. Oh, he know how to be a mechanic. Oh, he knows doctors, and he's in nursing, and like he's going to be somebody that people can look up to, and they already was looking up to him before he had got the credentials. Same thing with me. I was volunteering at a school, and it seemed like the girls that looked like how I looked when I was in middle school, they was attracted to me. But then the ladies who seemed like they were, not to knock anybody, but like in a sorority or, of a very prestigious look about them, those little girls that were like me felt they couldn't be like those people, even though I can be versatile and be looking like prestigious and having my stuff on another level. But those girls probably wouldn't be able to know which one to go to, So they have their crew. We all have people that are our people.
Right.
And they supposed to learn from us. When y'all both know I was raped in January of 2019. I ended up getting a job where I had to work with a child who had came to me to just tell me that she was raped. And I was just like, really, God? Like this? You set me up like right. You put this girl right with me, And it was just like, I can give her my insight on how I help myself make it past that and not go crazy or kill myself, And I also feel that no matter what we go through, no matter what the storm may be, suicide is not the answer.
No.
Nobody needs to check out of here because things are too bad or seems worse than what they really
Neither
are.
is homicide. Neither one.
Don't kill yourself or nobody.
Yeah. It's not worth it. The storm don't last always.
Right.
It does get better.
And the point of checking you out for always when it's not that serious.
Right. Now tell me, how do y'all feel about this? What's going on with the abortion thing?
I don't know if y'all want my opinion.
I'm just saying.
Okay, I'll go first because I'm a mother because I didn't believe in abortions for me, Ashanti, not nobody else. You know what I'm saying? I felt like it was a person at school back in the day that I really, really wouldn't have mind offing, and I didn't. therefore, why would I kill my child? You know, like that's how I seen it because it was like I really wanted to hurt this person because they hurt me. But you know, I think this man who was my ex got me pregnant when I was, you know, on my little college scholarship. Look, I was on the basketball team and everything, and I got pregnant with my first son, and I did not feel abortion was the answer for me because I felt even back then as a 19-year-old that God gave me this child. You know, if God knows all and he knows things before it happened, then he knew I was going to get pregnant. So did he know I was going to get pregnant in order for me to kill the child that he tried to bless me with? Is how I think. But on the flip side, as being a sexual assault survivor, I just fast forward just to give y'all a little tidbit. I can't have children. After I turned 20, after I had Isaiah, I almost died and I couldn't have kids anymore. And then I got raped 2019. I felt like God did that because he knew that if I got pregnant, I was going to have that baby by the rapist because I don't really believe in abortion because once again, we can't pick and choose what we feel is appropriate for our lives when it comes down to the Bible, is how I feel. Yeah. You know, we do what we want to do because it's free will. He give us that. But we can't pick and choose what's right and what's wrong. Oh, I can do this, but I can't do this. So with me, I would have did it, but God knew I would have did it. So I think he took that right away from me because 18 years later, that would have happened and I would have had this man baby and probably would have been, even though I was going to have it, it might have been to mess with my head because of the how I got this child, remembrance of whatever, you know.
How they gonna try to control women's vagina, but they don't have
no control of the men.
No gun control.
Gun control or the control of sperm.
Right.
For me, you know, and I voiced it before, I am pro-choice and I'm also pro-life. You know, to me, I feel like I can be both because to each their own. You know what I mean? I can't say what this person is going through and what they need in their life at the time because, yes, sometimes we do make mistakes. And I'm not saying that no child is a mistake. You know what I mean? But sometimes it's not on purpose. You know what I mean?
And then, if, like, say, for instance, when it comes down to the whole pro-life and not being with it, everybody is different. You don't know, like, if a person is about to die because of this baby, do you supposed to let this person die because you don't want her to have an abortion? You know, it's a lot of factors that come in. I don't feel they should be able to control us like that because just because I don't believe in abortion don't mean
for the next.
Yeah, but I will say this. There are females who are using abortions as a form of safe sex.
Yes.
Now, those are the women who probably have caused this whole thing to come back because at the end of the day, maybe the population is not how they want it for whether it's the world or U.S.
control.
Yeah, if that's the case. But I know that it's people that have had abortions just because they didn't like the boy or had abortions because, I got these many kids. You need to either have some kind of birth control or practice safe sex or wear condoms or something. Not, I got pregnant, I'm going to get rid of this baby because I got pregnant and I didn't want a baby.
Now,
that's not fair to the child.
Yeah, I did growing up know a few females or met a few females rather that had multiple abortions. Like I'm talking about over 3.
I know people that have been banned from Grady.
You know, and that I
over
don't,
8.
Yeah,
ain't go no more.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. That I don't
ridiculous.
agree with because, you know, for one, that's your body at the same time. But I don't agree with because like you said, they're using that as a form of
birth control.
You know what I'm saying? And that you can't. Now, okay, if something happened, this and that, okay, I can understand it. Because with my last child, I'm be moment of transparency because it's not like I was the proudest of it, but with my last baby, I didn't know I was pregnant, and it actually happened when I was stabbed and almost killed, and it was that guy's child, and so of course, I didn't find out I was pregnant until I was 5 months pregnant, and at that time, I did try to get an abortion, But for me, it was, I had placenta accreta, accreta and previa.
So yours was for health reasons.
Yeah, but see, that's why they didn't do it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And then, but I wanted it only because my mind was messed up.
That you would have to probably
And I'm
deal
like,
with this person for so
right? I'm
long
like,
after the
I
fact.
got 4 children by this guy, and now I'm gonna be single, and now I'm bringing another baby. Oh heck no! This ain't me. This ain't me, guy. What are you doing? You know me better than this. This ain't me. So I did, and actually I was living in Tennessee, and I drove all the way here to Atlanta, somewhere, and I'm not gonna say where because I don't want them to get fined. But they were going to do it, and it was going to get funded by the National Abortion Federation.
What? I ain't never even heard of that.
It's the National Abortion Federation because
She got the military.
That wasn't the military though. That was because I was going crazy, y'all. This man did this, and then you know what I'm saying. My mind was gone, so they were actually gonna do all this, but I couldn't because of those medical reasons. And now, of course, I'm like, hell no, because even when I was finna have a baby, and they telling me I had, so I'm like, Mama, you go have her. Auntie, you can have the baby, whatever, because I can't do this. Man, please, ain't nobody got my baby.
But you.
You know what I'm saying? And that's my baby. But everything happened for a reason. You know what I'm saying? In my life and everything, he didn't allow that to happen because I needed to have my baby. And I was stronger than that.
Right.
But what if, you know what I'm saying? What if it was a different situation?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And in that case, well, shoot, even, now I'm going to try it myself. Because I don't think that I'm ready. You know what I mean? So, and then I hurt myself in the process.
They about to have so many backdoor abortion clinic. I'm trying to tell you.
And that's the thing. Yeah. And then they say everything that happened was already planned 10 years
It was already
prior.
planned because how is California the only one that you can still go to and have abortion?
Yeah,
it's more than California.
It's a couple more.
But I know they the ones putting it out there though.
Because it's a couple more, but it's a big thing. And to me, it's crazy because
Well, just be funny. Watch them be funny. You know how they say Atlanta's overcrowded? Take your ass home to California now.
Go back home.
Go back home.
See, my thing
Not you, baby. Not you. You stay right here.
We like you.
My thing is also, looking at the whole abortion thing on a whole different, from a whole different, set of eyes. When they talk about the welfare and all this type of stuff, but then you're going to ban people from having a child when they may not be able to afford it, all this stuff, then you're adding to that welfare as well.
In due time, they're going to play that out.
You know what I'm saying? The Section 8, all this type of stuff.
In due time, they're going to play that
and
out.
They're trying to do away with that.
But then it's like, when you do that and you forcing these, I'm not trying to be stereotypical or anything like that, but I know from what I've seen, you got Mexicans and black people dropping babies the most. Not being funny.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But you got them dropping babies the most.
The interration between the white and black.
Thank you. You know what I'm saying? So, and those...
Interracial. I can't do know.
Yeah, that's right. But, so what, you know what I'm saying? But it's like, just like you're saying, the population control as well. But when you making these, keep having babies, so now she got 8 children on welfare.
That's not finna be there. So then what's finna happen?
Now your whole country is going down because you have all these families that don't have nothing and that's really starting to sleep on the streets and try to get unemployment and doing all. You know what I mean?
What was that? What's that gonna cost? A whole lot of violence. It's population control. If you just look at the
there's gonna be the jails overcrowded because all these men gonna be up in even more for child support.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because in some cases you got the girls trying to trap the guys too. You know what I'm saying? But it's gonna be even more of that. It's like, to me, just trying to.
That's when it's gonna get crazy, man. Cause I ain't gonna lie, I got some child support case for it, and I got a lot of children. Shout out to all my children.
How many is that?
Ooh, shit. Ooh.
I'm sorry, go ahead, continue.
Ooh. 14. I got 14 of them, I ain't gonna lie. It's 14.
It's all of ours. And
And then we just, we just got custody of 2 more. And the only reason, I'm not gonna lie,
You keep saying that we just got cut. It's been over 2
Yeah,
years.
what going
Yeah,
on?
that was helpful when we did Money and Meka.
Right. They it's hard with those two children, but I look at it like, shit, my mama Janet didn't give up on me, you know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
it was just one of me, like I can't, even though I'd be like, bruh, can they just
They got to
leave?
go.
They gotta go, bruh.
They
But
keep
at the
messing up.
end of the day, it'll be hurting them if I split them up and send one this. So
Yeah.
they stuck. I mean, I ain't gonna say it like that, but they out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
No, we stuck. No, just like
Right, but it's 16. My first child,
Yeah.
my first child will be 26 years old this year.
And the youngest is how old now? Starting out low.
5.
But if you get them two, it's a 4 and 5-year-old as well.
Yeah, but them
Okay.
add it.
Yeah, I seen them
Yeah.
for the grand opening or the that's
Birthday, the
your
premiere.
birthday's the premiere. Yeah,
Yeah.
the premiere.
Yeah.
And they're so sweet. But I think about that too when it come down to foster care. I see what's going on, so I do want to help out. So I can probably get more information about that with y'all because, the process that y'all had going on.
Yeah, my mom was a foster parent. My aunt adopted all kind. Yeah, that ain't no problem, girl. Yeah.
I want to thank Ashanti for coming on this show today with us, man.
Thank you for
It's
having me.
always
I
a blessing
Touched
appreciate
on
having you.
a
y'all.
little sensitive topic a little bit. We wasn't too hard on y'all.
No, oh no. Mm-mm.
Y'all know
our
it's
life.
hard. It's hard when you know that storm, my
Let
man.
them know your social media because I want them to come follow because everybody need to taste the cupcake. If you haven't had Ashanti cupcakes, you haven't had a cupcake.
Yeah, well, my name is Ashanti, Ashonti Dixon on Facebook. And on Instagram, my IG is pretty with an S and sweets with an S, pretty sweets. And it has like a little picture of a cupcake and, pretty sweets on there.
What?
You said Pretty Sweets?
Yeah.
I don't know her.
I don't know the whole
I don't know her Instagram.
I think it's pretty sweets.
I call.
Sweets.
He trying to shout her out and you messing him up.
No,
He gave me his name. He gave me her name, and I put it at the Instagram. And Pretty Gal, what's the name popped up?
Oh, that's me too.
See, I don't know.
That's my main. That's my personal.
Yeah, that's the one that just popped up. You said the other one is what?
It's pretty sweets.
I don't
Like
go.
pretty with an S.
I don't
and
go.
sweet
I
with
just
an S.
pick up the phone and call. So I don't know IG.
Yeah, he
Just call.
don't. He don't.
Pretty with it.
Pretty with an S and sweet with an S. Like pretty sweets. I'm sorry.
I felt how you I got you. I got you, bruh. It's pretty sweets.
Oh.
Yeah, pretty sweets. Sorry.
Yeah, he like pretty with an S. Where the S come at pretty?
Pretty with an S, sweet with an S. Lord have mercy.
Yeah, it's pretties.
Okay. Sorry.
We do have.
May have an underscore in front of it. I don't know.
Tell them about the
Oh
back
yeah,
to school
we're doing a
drive.
back to school drive right now. So anybody that want to donate some school supplies, if you want to come out be a vendor, it's only $25, and it goes towards the event and everything. Or if you want to do some haircuts or dry styles for some of the students, come on, give us a call, hit us up on social media. 518-992-5477, or like I said, hit us up, Money and Meka. It's the back to school drive, and we're also going to have the back to school bash in July. So come on out, donate, give your time, support these chillins while they going back to school.
I know that's the truth.
Yeah.
They ain't virtual no more.
Right.
Is everybody back in school yet?
Yes.
Yep.
Yes, even the babies.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, Claire's going to school this year.
This the Isaiah senior year. The baby.
Oh, shoot.
2023.
I can't wait till we say that. We got
We ain't going there. We ain't
10
gonna
more
think about
kids
it.
to go.
We ain't gonna just leave that one alone.
Y'all sound like I got a little sad for a second.
Right.
Though.
We got thinking
It's
about
okay.
the prom, the senior dues, graduate. No,
jeez.
going to college.
Jeez.
No, we don't. And I'm dealing with that right now. He breaking me. So, but that's my storm right now.
You gonna make it.
Look, I got faith through this storm
God
that I'm
be
gonna make it
glory.
okay, and he ain't gonna break me all the way, and I can still pay my bills.
Okay.
Right.
You got it.
But yes, y'all, thank y'all for tuning in. We'll see y'all same place, same time. Well, A little different time, but same place next week.
Bye.